We are now approaching the habitat of a truly spectacular animal. Oh my God, he's beautiful. This is the koala in his natural habitat, the fraternity bushlands of Australia. Sitting at an average 6.5 kilograms, or 14 pounds for you Americans, the koala is a veritable giant. As you can see, the koala lives quite a fratty lifestyle, spending 19 hours of the day sleeping, with the remaining time either eating and drinking. It's incredible, really, that I'm even able to get so close to one of these creatures in the wild. Such a graceful, majestic animal. Now, join us as we go deep inside nature's frattest animals.
Yeah, y'all know what it is. Katy Perry, Juicy J. Let's raid.
Before we can go deep inside the koala, I'll need to assemble a team of leading experts from around the world. I'm here with Joy Reidenberg, the Director of Fraternity and Sorority Life here at Union College in Schenectady, New York, a leading expert on fratty animals.
Hi Mark, it's a pleasure to be here with you today.
So, Joy, would you please tell our viewers today why the koala deserves our utmost curiosity and respect as one of nature's frattest animals?
Well Mark, koalas are famous for their exceptional mating behaviors. Instead of using physical confrontation or visual cues to intimidate other males or attract females, koalas use their unique vocal tracts to make extremely loud and deep bellowing sounds.
Interesting. I see.
Hey girl, you hear me? You know you want this, come get it.
What on earth is that? Someone called the queen.
Well, I think we have a live koala in action.
So, here I am with a local zookeeper in the Australia Zoo of Queensland, who's here to tell us about some of the bizarre mating behaviors of the koala.
Well, yes, as you can see, Simon, we've got several of these little buggers here, and they are absolutely dying to get it on. Come mating season, the zoo is just filled with the sound of their bellows. It's an absolute nightmare. Crikey, did you hear how deep that little fellow got?
Yes, I did. I hear that's supposed to be because of some extended larynx?
Oh, you're quite right, Simon. These little buggers have a descended larynx which extends the length of their vocal tract and allows them to produce such a deep bass bellow.
Interesting.
You see, Simon, the whole theory behind this is that the koalas have a descended larynx which makes their vocal tract longer and allows them to produce a deeper sound to signal that they are of a large body size. Now, this does two things for them. First, the large body size can help them to intimidate other males that could be competing for mates by signaling that he is stronger and larger and more fit. The second thing is that it actually attracts the females by showing that he is a desirable mate and very large and very healthy.
So I guess size really does matter. Oh God, he's loose!
Country roads take me home to the place I belong.
Before we talk about the koala specifically, we need to talk about the general rules for other animals making sound. Animals are able to produce a sound called the fundamental frequency, which is the lowest pitch that they can possibly make. It is made by the vibration of the vocal folds. The fundamental frequency can be used to tell the difference between species, but cannot be used to differentiate between members of the same species. What a strange contraption this is. The important thing about koalas is that they have evolved a descended larynx. Now, most mammals have the larynx higher up in the throat, whereas the koala has actually developed the ability to pull this larynx down and extend it. Now, this is very important for sexual selection because when a koala can extend its larynx, its bellow becomes deeper, and this is a sign of physical fitness and larger body size. So, female koala would be naturally attracted to the males who can extend their larynx longer. Oh, this tooth is quite useful. This shows us that sexual selection is just as important as natural selection for the shaping of species. But what do I know? I'm just a floating old man in a windowless room.
Thank you, Dr. Dawkins, for your helpful information regarding the fundamental frequency and sexual selection of koalas. Now, phoning in, we have Professor Scott Kirkton from the Union College Biology Department, who's going to discuss the mating calls of the koalas. Professor Kirkton serves as a comparative vertebrate anatomist at Union College.
Thanks so much for having me on the show, Joy. I've always admired your Inside Nature's Frattiest Animal videos, and I make my students watch them. They love them. We get a good laugh, but we learn a lot, so I really want to thank you for being here today. I really apologize that I couldn't be here in person, but last night when I was packing up my suitcase for the trip, my daughter asked me to play hide-and-go-seek, and when I went and hid and came back, she had peed in my suitcase.
Oh, please, no worries, Professor Kirkton. But anyways, would you mind explaining this recent figure published in the Journal of Evolutionary Biology regarding koala mating calls?
Absolutely. So, as you can see on this figure, the boxes represented by A, B, and C show the different fundamental frequencies, harmonics, and formant frequencies that are produced at different times in the koala's bellow. The very thin striated lines represent harmonics produced by the fundamental frequency, which this paper shows actually does not correlate with body size between individuals of the same species, as Dr. Dawkins touched on earlier. However, what I wanted to call your attention to is the black, thick lines that rise up out of these figures, and those lines represent formant frequencies. Now, the way a formant frequency is produced is actually quite simple. You have the length of the vocal tract, and it vibrates at a preferred frequency. And the nodes that are produced by these vibrating sound waves cause harmonics to cluster in certain areas, and those are called formant frequencies represented by the black lines. So ultimately, what this figure and this paper concludes is that the fundamental frequency is not correlated to body size in koalas. However, the formant frequency is a good indicator that koalas can use to determine the size of the koala that's making the bellow. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to run. My daughter's chasing the cat, and I think she's trying to fart on it.
No worries. We'll see you next time. Can I get a large mac and cheese, 9 mozzarella sticks, and a hot dog? Put my hazmat suit on.
Here at the Royal Veterinary College in London, where myself and Joy Reidenberg are lucky enough to take part in the dissection of a recently deceased koala. Joy has dissected many animals before, but she has never dissected a koala.
Well, Mark, thank you. What I'm going to start off by doing is exposing the thoracic cavity in this animal to see where the larynx is actually located. Begin by dissecting through the superficial muscles of this koala's ventral surface of the thoracic cavity to see what I can find. Put the scalpel down.
Wow, that is truly astounding.
Incredible, really. If you notice, this larynx is extremely descended. If you can count the cervical vertebrae, you see that the larynx is actually permanently descended between the 3rd and 4th cervical vertebrae.
So what you're saying is the anterior part of the koala is here, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4. The larynx is permanently descended here, and that doesn't occur very frequently in the animal kingdom, does it?
No, it does not. And the unique aspect is that we have this sternothyroid muscle, which pulls on the larynx when the koala speaks. Incredible, really, the sternothyroid muscle.
Truly astounding.
Wow, I'm going to need some more dexterity to figure this out. Oh my goodness. If you see here, this cervical vertebrae is almost the size of mine. Can you check it out?
Wow, that is truly remarkable.
It's incredible, really. Tastes good too. That was quite an experience.
It absolutely was. Truly spectacular. Thank you so much for joining us on this week's episode of Inside Nature's Frattiest Animals. We've explored the anatomy, the mating behaviors, and the evolutionary selection pressures behind this amazing fratty creature. Join us on next week's episode as we explore another of nature's truly fratty animals, the TD Kai brother. It's been a pleasure, Joy. We'll see you next time.
Sounds great. Can't wait. I'm sure gonna miss that fella.
Someday love will find you. Break those chains that bind you. One night will remind you. Oh, touchdown.
Oh god, I have to go. My daughter just poured cereal and milk all over my bed. Oh my god, I've got to run. My daughter's running around the house screaming about her boobie. Oh man, I'm sorry, I really have to go. My CVA students are bitching and moaning about their upcoming lab practical.